and welcome to this video. A dream come true. Tobsen and Eightball have brought the Hughes OH-6A to DCS as a community mod. I myself have my own history with the aircraft, now known as the MD-500. On the one hand, I flew it myself as a 500E. On the other hand, without knowing it at the time, I sat in the probably most famous OH-6A myself. 25 years ago, I was in San Luis Obispo, California for training with a group of student pilots. The Helibo Flight School, which is still based there today, and its Austrian owner, you can find the link in the description, had rented me their fleet of R-22s as an external flight instructor. At the end of the training, there was no FAA examiner available in the region due to a holiday and a long weekend. Tim Tucker, Robinson's test pilot and already a legend at the time, had agreed to take the exams for my 4 protégés on the condition that we come to Los Angeles. The meeting point at Long Beach Airport, California, was the hangar of Motion Pictures, which already offered a first pleasant surprise. The company restored and rented out airworthy and less airworthy helicopters to Hollywood. What I did not know at the time was that the OH-6A Dark Horse 1.6, which was freshly restored in the hangar, is probably the most famous of its kind and starred in the book Low Level Hell by Hughes OH-6A, scout pilot in Vietnam. Today it hangs in one of the great museums. If you haven't read the book yet, it belongs alongside Chicken Hawk by Robert Mason, who flew the UH-1 Huey in Nam, as a must-read for every helicopter enthusiast. Of course, Eightball did not miss the opportunity to create this skin for the OH-6A. Just like the probably most famous OH-6 livery that not only helicopter fans but everyone who has a TV at home knows. The skin of TC's Hughes 500 from the TV series Magnum PI. The OH-6 makes a very good impression, both from the outside and the inside. The 3D model is already quite detailed. Whether it's the rotor head, the tail rotor, or the ribs on the stabilizers, many important details have already been taken into account. Of course, it does not yet reach the level of detail of an official module, but on the one hand, it is certainly still being worked on, and on the other hand, you should not expect too much. All in all, an outstanding achievement. The possibilities offered by the module are particularly remarkable. In addition to guns and rockets, as well as a functioning door gunner, smoke markers and hand grenades can be dropped. Before we can take off, however, we need to make a few adjustments. The OH-6A has no stabilizer aids, is powerful and light. This makes flying a challenge, especially as the flight model has a crucial problem. After extensive testing, I have determined the following axis settings for myself. Let's start with the cyclic stick, which reacts too strongly, which is why I reduced its effect, both roll and pitch at Y, to 80%. The collective, on the other hand, doesn't seem reactive enough to me, which is why I reduced X to 85 and made it a little more aggressive. The tail rotor reacts too aggressively to inputs, but during flight its full power is needed for some maneuvers, which is why I decided on a curve of +5. In the second part we come to the actual flight test and why the model is currently so difficult to control. I hope you will join us again. And if you haven't already done so, please support us with a like for the video and subscribe to the channel.